Hey everyone, it's Amy and Emily coming at you today, and we're so excited to be here with something a little bit different. So this is going to be a super short episode, perfect for you busy parents who are on the run and trying to juggle kids over summer break right now, because we wanted to give you a preview of what's to come with the podcast, tell you a little bit about where we've been and what we've loved and where we're going. And yeah, I'm just super excited to be here and talk about it today. How's it going, Emily?
Good. I want to let you know that I brushed my teeth for this episode, so I'd have minty breath for you. But it's great. And I'm really looking forward to this pivot in the sense of what we're going to be doing with this podcast and really how we're going to package and create value and interesting topics and information for our listeners. I think it'll make it a little bit easier to share a little bit more specific topics. I'm just thinking that it's going to be nicely, neatly packaged this way, and that's going to really help everybody pull out all the value they're looking for when they come to our podcast.
Yeah, I totally agree. And first and foremost, thank you. If you have been listening to the podcast in the past, any or all of the past, 17 episodes that we've done as we've gotten our sea legs on becoming podcasters, because it's a first for both Emily and I. Thank you. Like, we have loved the conversations we've had. We have been so grateful to hear from each and every listener who has told us, like, hey, I listened to you and I got some tidbit out of it. And we have been insanely lucky to have the amazing guests that we have had so far, and had like the super honest, raw, in-depth conversations with real parents about really feeding their families. I'm just like, I have so much gratitude.
I do too. And I'm grateful. I'm especially grateful for my close friends and family who I know will mention to me in passing, oh, I listen every week. And I'm like, wow, I mean, people are really paying attention. So that's one of the reasons why I feel like this kicked us in the butt to really clean it up and do it even better. And I think we've come up for something really great. And I want to thank you, first of all, because you are pretty much the reason why I'm doing this. And I want to also thank all the people who have come on and shared their stories and some very intimate details about their home life and their expertise. They've been awesome, and they've been willing to go with the flow with our sea legs, our brand new baby podcast, we call it right now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And I just, here's something I've been learning in business and in life is, like, you only can find your direction by doing. So maybe that's like a statement on larger things in life, but like sitting and thinking about like the perfect way to do things is rarely the perfect way to figure out how to do things. And I think I'm really proud of what we've done. And again, thanks to everyone who's listened. And I'm really excited about this change. And let's just like get down to details of what folks can expect to hear, because it's not a huge change. We're still talking about raising a healthy family, and that will continue to be core to the conversations that we have. We're just adding a little bit more structure. And the reason for that is that what we realized in having all these conversations, and then having conversations between Emily and I, is like, we want to make sure that the time that you dedicate to listening to us, like really super valuable time for all of you busy parents, is really well utilized. That you walk away with not just ideas, which I think have been abundant thus far, but also with like really like expert tidbits that you can just take and be like, yeah, I'm doing this, or no, I'm not doing this, but I heard an expert say it and now I have an opinion on it, right? And so the way that things will look going forward is, yes, there will still be tons of real food talk with real parents that will remain. Some of those parents will be experts in different areas that we're focusing on, and some of them will just have experiences in feeding a family a certain way. And then Emily and I are also going to be interspersing really like action-oriented episodes where it's like, 5 tips for feeding your picky eater, things that we learned by having these conversations that you can just take and run with. And I know for me, when I listen to podcasts, I'm always looking for like something to do as a result. So you can expect a lot of thought-provoking conversations that will give you opportunities to do things if they feel like the right thing for you.
Yeah. And I think just in general, sometimes when I'm seeking podcasts, I feel like I'm like, this is a vague topic. What are they talking about? We're just going to drill home exactly what you're going to be listening to. So that will help people scan through and go, okay, this episode is for me, or it's not so much for me.
Yes, absolutely. Like we want it to be a good use of your time. And you're making me think that it's like a mix of like lectures, but like the cool lectures from the professors you loved in college, and then like cliff notes via us of like real solid takeaways. And
Yes.
maybe both are for you, and that will help like codify whatever we talked about. But perhaps like just one or just the other is for you, and that will be like yours for the taking as well. So let's tell them what's coming up, because I am just like insanely excited for what we have coming in August. Do you want to give a little tease on it?
Sure. So August is going to be a month where we discuss picky eating in all the different forms. We have an amazing expert interview during that, which we've been lucky to already have, but we're going to keep it locked into our little, under our beds, under our mattress.
Yes, like, it's in our vault.
It's in our vault. Thank you for the word. And I'm really looking forward to talking about picky eating, because there's different variations of it. And there's a whole other, there's just so much value in that interview. And I can't wait to dive into it and have everybody listen. I also can't wait to have everybody listen to the other episodes we're going to have during that month, where we give very specific feedback. And I believe we'll be talking to another parent. So picky eating is what it's all about. And I know that you have a son who maybe he's not picky, maybe he's just not a son who loves to eat a lot.
Yeah.
But I think navigating and defining what it means to be picky for a child and their relationship with food is going to be the big kahuna. Like, yeah. It's going to be the big thing we do.
Yeah, I totally agree. And not to like oversell this interview that's going to be going live August, August 7th is when that's a Tuesday, right? Tuesday, August 7th is when you'll get the expert interview, because you'll get Emily and I again next week within this new structure, just kind of introing the topic. This August 7th interview honestly has changed my relationship with mealtime with my kids. Like,
absolutely.
It's that good. And that's what we're going to aim for every month as we talk about different topics. So we have picky eating in August. In September, we're really going to be talking all about fitness for parents, which I'm super passionate about. But I also can't wait to bring on experts who can talk a little bit more about, like, I know it's so easy as a parent to, when you think about raising a healthy family, to think about your kids and maybe just focus specifically on food. But fitness is this, like, it's such an important piece of the puzzle. And I can't wait to dig into more of why and then how. Like, how to actually make it happen. Because I know you already have too much on your plate, hence the name of the podcast.
A very full plate. I agree. I'm looking forward to that month. I'm looking forward to diving in with those experts and getting some real meaty information that will simplify my life, but still bring it to the next level that I really need at this stage.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping the other listeners will be looking for the same thing, not like quick fixes, but real valuable concepts that will change their daily life when it comes to either their fitness or their relationship with food versus their fitness, whatever it may be.
Yes. And we have a woman who is a mom of, how many kids does she have? 5
kids.
And she's a USA triathlete.
Yep. She's an Olympic team.
And Emily did an awesome interview with her, just like digging into like what it looks like in her house to eat well and what it doesn't look like too. And I think I can't wait for everybody to hear that.
Yeah, I feel like I want to shoot that out of a cannon and have everybody see it, but we'll let them decide for themselves when it comes out.
Definitely. In October, we're going to be talking about eating local. And by the way, there's no quiz on this. So if you don't want to hear about what's coming up, if you want to be surprised, you can stop listening now. Spoiler alert. October is going to be all about eating local and just like super simple changes that you can make to be a little bit more conscientious in your choices around the food that you feed your family.
Yep. I think that's going to be a really rad topic. And yeah, I just said rad.
I love it.
I just said it. So November coming up is going to be about reducing toxicity and overall wellness in your home. And there are many ways to interpret that, but I'm going to leave it at that. And I hope that everyone joins us in November for that one.
Yeah, and then in December, we're going to be talking about navigating social scenes with special diets. So this is another one that it might not be a topic for everybody. It's also a super busy time. So if you don't listen and it's not relevant to you, then that's cool. But if you or a family member have a special diet and you're working to navigate that during the holiday season, we just really wanted to dig into that and give you some food for thought, pun intended, around how to gracefully do that. For the sake of both the experience of the person who has the special diet and the experience of the people who are hosting or
yeah. And I think one of the things we should focus on with those interviews, and take note of this, is you may not be the person with the diet, but if you're one of those folks who's like, I can't keep track of this crap anymore, like gluten-free or this or that, it's like, you know what? Maybe one of our biggest focuses is if you're hosting an event, how can you make it friendly? To most diets, depending on who shows up at your door and what their latest fad is or what their intolerance is or whatever it is, so that you can feel confident that you're making an awesome meal for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll dig a little bit more into like, what does it really mean to have these intolerances too, right? Because that can be such a tricky thing and it can feel really easy to pass off like, ugh, so-and-so has another thing, which sometimes so-and-so is just like the person who has another thing, right? Like that's a real issue. But what we want to focus on is the like actual real issues that people have.
No, absolutely. I agree with you. So I'm really looking forward to this. All topics through the end of the year are going to be fabulous and you shouldn't miss them.
Yes. And if you have ideas for other topics that you want to see, we're already getting started planning for next year because we're like on a roll over here. Emily and I are on fire. We are so excited to bring some new life to the podcast and these conversations. And now's the time to tell us if you have something that like nags at your parenting mind around food or around like living healthy in general that you'd like us to dig into.
Yeah, if you're feeling lost and you're just not sure where to go, like definitely reach out to us. Let us know where we want to know where the demand is.
Yeah. Or if you have an expert you love that you'd like to hear us talk to, tell us that too.
Yeah, we could definitely use some more experts in our world.
Yeah. I'm ready to like put my big girl pants on and, you know, talk to some like real like heavy hitters. I feel like we're ready for some big interviews now. So send them our way and we'll like be brave and reach out and make it happen.
I would love nothing more than to do that because it's all about the value.
So Emily, do you mind if I give a quick plug for what I have going on?
Go for it.
Cooking with Full Plate. So something that I'm really excited about, and Emily has been agreeable and adventurous enough to go along with, is I have been feeling called for some time now to help parents worry less about food. And that worry extends to hating the dinner time hustle and to like feeling badly about what you or your kids are eating on a regular basis. So I feel like there's like two pieces of that worry that most parents I work with have. And one of the ways I've honed in on helping people with that is to start a membership group, which I'll be launching in September and I'm really excited about. And the entire goal is to help busy parents worry less about food. So we're going to keep it really super simple, but also really tasty, very actionable, and also fun and community oriented, which is what I'm all about. There will be like live cooking sessions and weekly meal plan outlines that you can customize for your family and their taste, but it'll combat that like starting with a blank slate thing that I often feel at the beginning of the week. And I feel like other people must struggle with that as well. And then on a monthly basis, we'll be digging into different things. And so what we're planning to do is actually bring these expert podcast interviews, which are happening once a month, into the membership group and have them happen live via Facebook Live. And that will give the people who are in membership a chance to have like more personalized access to the experts and actually get their questions asked and answered. And so you'll be hearing some of that on the podcast. It'll be just like written stuff in Facebook Live comments. But if you're hearing that as we go forward, you'll know that it's folks who are part of my membership who are getting to ask and answer those questions. If this sounds interesting to you and you want to get your questions asked and answered, I am going to include a link to my waiting list in the show notes so that folks can head over there and get their name on the list. You'll be getting first access to the group. It's only open. I'm only letting folks in like August through September, and then it's shutting down until the new year, because I want to like keep it a really small group to like feel all of this out and get it really working for a small group of people. And it's also going to be the best price that it ever is. So I'm going to put a page at cookingwithafullplate.com/membership. And that's where you can go to sign up for the waitlist if this is interesting to you. And you can also always reach out to Amy at cookingwithafullplate.com if you have any questions.
I love it. I'm excited to see how this goes, and I want to hear all about it. And I'm going to be in the membership.
Yeah, you are. Thank you. And thank you for indulging me and letting me talk about that. I just wanted to also like make it clear what's happening going forward, so that if you hear questions being answered and things look a little bit different beyond just the expert model, that you understand where that's coming from and how you can be one of the people who has a little bit more access to the resources that we're sharing.
Awesome. That's a great idea, Amy. I think it's going to bring a lot of value to our listeners and anyone who joins. Yeah. So of course I'm here for you, sister friend.
Cool. Is there anything else that we want to say about what's coming up? Because I'm just like, I'm feeling really jazzed tonight. You guys, we're recording. It's super late at night for Emily. It's also late at night for me. So the fact that we're excited about this at all hopefully brings you energy about what's to come as well.
I know. Pull it up from your toes, right? I feel like some days I'm just like poking my eyes open. I can do this one more day, but I want everyone to listen.
Breath tonight.
I do. I even plucked a few eyebrow hairs for you.
If you're not watching on YouTube, you're going to have to hop over there to check out Emily's eyebrow job.
But seriously, everyone listen in next week to hear a little bit more about picky eating for the month of August. And we look forward to seeing you or hearing us there. We look forward to you hearing us. That sounds egotistical. No, we look forward to providing you with wonderful value next week.
We can't wait to be in your ear as you do all sorts of things throughout your day.
I hope we make you laugh
back next week. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. I hope so too. You gotta laugh. You just gotta laugh. All right. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for listening in, and we can't wait to talk to you again next week. Bye.